Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome to Season 3 episode, I have no fucking idea, give me 2 seconds chat, it is Season 3 episode 13 of the classic wrestling series. And well, I promised you guys last week we'd be watching WrestleMania 17, we are watching WrestleMania 17, so bit of backstory going into this show. Joey the King Lawler has quit WWE at this point in time. He was, the cat was fired or let go, whichever one you believe, and the King followed suit. That was on that was before an episode of Monday Night Raw. So in return, we have Paul Heyman on commentary pretty much until Survivor Series, I believe. And then Joey the King Lawler comes back after the divorce from the cat. Also, on top of that, we have now one main promotion in the wrestling industry in North America until AEW comes, until pretty much TNA comes out around 2003, about 2003-ish. But there wouldn't be a mainstream competitor until AEW, as people say. But before WrestleMania 17 happened, Vince McMahon bought WCW. God, I hate saying that word, but it's true. Vince bought WCW. So now he owns WCW and ECW. He's the only game in town. This is one of the biggest shows of the year for WrestleMania, for wrestling shows, because this is the peak Attitude Era. But this is also when the Attitude Era dies as well in some people's eyes at the end of the show. But we'll get to that in a moment. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get to our opening contest for WrestleMania 17. We have kicked off the show with Limp Bizkit's My Way. You know we're in the motherfucking 2000s when Limp Bizkit is fucking singing the headline song for WrestleMania. Holy shit. This, I think at this time as well, this was the largest crowd WWF had ever gotten for WrestleMania, because it's Rock Austin 2. We've got Undertaker versus Triple H. The card is absolutely fucking stacked from top to bottom. This was the golden age of the WWF, in my opinion. Yes, you could say that the 80s, you know, the mid to late 80s were the golden era of WWF. But for me, personally, the talent on this card deserve to be on this card. I can't really imagine another card that isn't this. Like, this is peak, just WWE are fucking awesome. We've got Jericho versus William Regal in our opening contest for, I believe it's for the Intercontinental Championship. I do love me Jericho. I do love me Regal. In this era, they were fucking the bomb. So let's watch this as our opening contest, like I said, to WrestleMania 17. So our first matchup was Chris Jericho versus William Regal for the Intercontinental Championship. This was a fun feud going into it, really. You know, Regal is announced as the WWF commissioner. Jericho comes out and basically just turns around and says, "Shut the fuck up, Regal," basically in his way of doing it. But then Regal puts him through the grinder, 4-on-1 handicap match, then a handicap tables match. Then then Jericho decides to have a spot of pee in Regal's tea kettle, nicely. So, you know, that's where the infamous spot of pee happens from Monsieur Regal and Jericho. But this was a fun matchup. This was entertaining. It was really, just a really good match overall. Jericho does win with the moonsault, a move he rarely does win matches with. So for him to win with the moonsault was surprising, but it was entertaining. So we have Shane McMahon rocking up in a WCW limousine, and now we have the Right to Censor and Jacqueline? Yes, Jacqueline. I thought it was Jazz then for a moment. Jazz wouldn't come in until 2003, I think. But we have the Acolytes. It's going to be Right to Censor. Yay, we get to hear that music twice in a fucking row. Fucking brilliant. Or twice on this show. Fuck yay. I don't mind it. I think it's annoying. It's just like, There is a decent, I think there is a decent bass under it. I'm gonna have to listen to it. I'm gonna have to listen to it twice, so I'll have to pick it up. But so we've got that match on the card as well. So let's find out what our next matchup is going to be. So we just had the 6-man tag between the Right to Censor. There is an underlying base. I thought there was. APA and Taz. It's a fun little matchup. The fans are liking it. APA, Bradshaw, Farouk. They're both they're both from Texas, so of course they're gonna get the cheers and stuff like that. Yeah, this was a fun little breathing match. Just after the good match of that, this is a good match too, and we're just having a breather. So, I believe Taz does get a concussion from one of the clotheslines in this match. I couldn't tell you which one, but I believe he does get a clothesline from this. But all in all, APA and Taz get the win after Bradshaw hits a clothesline from hell onto the Good Father. He was known as the Good Father during his time at the Right to Censor. So yeah, it's a fun little matchup. It's entertaining. It's not. I don't think it's bad. It's just okay. It's a good matchup. Oh god, we've got Trish, Steph, and Linda backstage. So this was when. So I'm gonna have to explain this before the match happens. Vince McMahon wanted a divorce from Linda. This was a storyline back in 2001, ladies and gentlemen. Fucking hell! And then what years happened? What years later? Anyway, fuck it. Let's get back to this. So Vince wanted a divorce from Linda, which would leave Linda in a comatose state, i.e., she would just sit in a wheelchair or sit at ringside and just. And she played the role really fucking well. I'm not gonna lie, it's a damn good role. But it would then lead to Vince having the on-air affair with Trish Stratus, which is what made her, be who she is now. Which would make her, she turned on Vince. I think she turned on Vince later on in the year. I could be wrong on that one. We'll find out in the match. I could be wrong, but yeah. And then Shane, Shane comes back, basically buys WCW from under Vince. Well, buys WCW under Vince. And then this feud happens, and it's I think it's a street fight. Yeah, it's a street fight. Coming up later on in the show. So, WCW superstars were supposed to get involved in the match. They actually were supposed to help Shane win the match. However, due to, I think it was Sean Stasiak on a podcast and on radio, and basically just leaked the entire thing of what WCW were doing in the show, Vince turned around and just went, nope, you're in the fucking Skybox for the rest of the show, go fuck yourself. And Sean Stasiak got the meat gimmick when he debuted on the show. But now we have the hardcore title match. It's Kane versus Big Show versus Raven. And yes, I'll say this now, if Raven was a little bit closer to the wire, WrestleMania 17 we would not see WrestleMania 17. Nobody would be able to watch it because they literally missed the end of the video feed. They missed it by that much when the golf car happens. But let's see the hardcore match. I remember this one being quite good for hardcore matches in WWF. We'll find out. So let's get to it. So we just had the triple threat hardcore title match. Kane, Big Show, and a bloodied Raven. When Raven goes through that window, I think it was real glass. I don't think it was sugar glass at all. This was real glass, and it looked brutal as fuck. He just goes in, and it's just pissing blood at the beginning of it all. This match is a fun little brawl. It's entertaining. It's really good. And again, it's more known for, if it was just a little bit closer, it would have ended the whole broadcast of WrestleMania. Like, the crowd would have watched it, but we wouldn't be able to. So I think that's why it's remembered mostly. But it's a fun little brawl, actually. Kane winning, it's actually a good thing, I personally believe in. It's very entertaining. It's a fun little match, and Kane wins the match. After dropping an elbow to the Big Show. So, yeah. fun, entertaining little brawl, and another good match going into Mania. So, let's carry on watching the show. So, we just had Eddie Guerrero versus Test for the European Championship. This is a fun little matchup. It's entertaining. I liked it. And then Perry Saturn gets involved, which is fair, you know, it's the Radicals and all that. Then Dean gets involved. But, again, he only pulls Test off the pin and then, you know, takes a punch to the face. So that's okay, right. I'm not a fan of it, but it works. Eddie hits the European title off Test's head and gets the win and is the new European champion. So that is really good. Very entertaining, very well done matchup, and just a fun little great fun little match. Sorry. So we have Mick Foley talking about the Vince versus Shane match, where there is definitely going to be a winner, and it is going to be called right down the middle. Bam bam. So, next matchup. So, our next matchup was Chris Benoit versus Kurt Angle. 2001 me. Oh my god, this match was fucking amazing. The two of the best technical wrestlers in the world going at it at WrestleMania with a cheap roll-up. It furthers the feud. This is fucking brilliant, and I cannot wait to see the feud go forward. 2024 me. Oh, Kurt Angle versus Benoit. This match is good. It's really fucking good. It is entertaining. It is fucking amazing. But it's Chris Benoit. I can't appreciate it as much as I would do back in 2001. It's sad because this is a really fucking great matchup. But I can't appreciate it as much as I want to, and it's upsetting. It really is. It sucks because I want to see. I want to carry on watching these two feud. They're fucking awesome, but yeah, sucks. Right. Next up, we. Oh, for fuck's sake. Explain in a bit. Explain in a moment. Okay, so we just had China versus Ivory for the Women's Championship. This is fine. Like, this is a simple squash match at Mania to put the women's title on China. It's good. It's entertaining. It's very, it's a fun little matchup. China wins, and yeah, I think the RTC break up after this pay-per-view, so that's another good fucking thing. But yeah. Kamala was in the ring for... Kamala was in the ring. Kamala was in... Warrior Regal's office. Yay. Fuck's sake. That's always good. That's a fun thing. So, he will be in the Gimmick Battle Royal that's coming up soon. So, our next matchup is Vince versus Shane in the Street Fight. I'm kind of looking forward to this one. I don't remember watching this. Street Fight I haven't watched it in a long time. So, looking forward to it. Let's get to it. So we just had Vince versus Shane in the Street Fight. This was okay. It wasn't as bad as it wasn't as good as I thought it was, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. I remember it being decent. It is decent. It's actually quite fucking hilarious at some points. I'm not gonna lie. We'll get to it. Vince and Shane just batter each other for a little bit. Then Stephanie gets involved, slaps Shane. Shane just wallops his Vince with the fucking TV monitor that the Spanish announce table were using to check the footage out and shit like that. Then puts him on the announce table, gets up to the top turnbuckle, jumps up, elbows, but eats shit through it. Trish comes out with Linda. Trish turns face here. I thought it was on the night tonight on Raw, but she turns face here. Slaps Vince. Steph and Trish get into a fucking cat fight. Crap. Sorry, that was crap. Only crap thing about this match. Linda's then dragged into the ring. Multiple fucking trash cans are walloped on Shane. And the pop Linda gets for just standing out of a chair is fucking amazing. And then she has to tell Vince to move his legs because she started kicking right in the balls. It's brilliant. Also, Foley fucked up the spot where he was supposed to, it was supposed to be on the hard camera, the coast to coast to Vince, but luckily there was a camera shot just on the corner where you can still get the shot. But Vince was actually in the fucking Foley was in the middle of the shot, so they couldn't use the hard lens, the hard camera angle. They had to use the close-up angle, which I thought ruined it a little bit. But at the same time, oh, come on, Mick, you idiot. Shane gets the win. It's fun. It's a good matchup. It's what it is. It's fun. It's entertaining. So we still have TLC 2 coming up. That match is good. Hopefully, I still remember it being good. So let's see what our next match is going to be. So our next matchup is TLC 2. Edge and Christian versus the Dudley Boys, who are the champions going into the match, and the Hardy Boys. Rhino comes out for Edge and Christian. Spike Dudley comes out for the Dudley Boys, and Lita comes out for Matt Hardy. But oh my god, this match is good! I forgot how fucking awesome this match is. The spear from Edge onto Hardy, with the, that's been used in multiple fucking video packages in the, going on. This was, 6 men fucking killed themselves for my entertainment and for everyone's entertainment. This was good. This was so fucking good. This is a 5-star match. I can't really spoil too much of the match because it's so fucking good. If you haven't watched it, check it out. It is a fucking awesome matchup. It's somewhere online. It has to be. But this is it's fun, it's entertaining, it's great. Oh my god, that spear, the tables, the ladders, the chairs. My god, the TLC 2 lived up to the fucking hype. And this is why a lot of people think this is the first TLC match. And a lot of people do get that wrong. The first one was at SummerSlam 2000, but this is the more memorable one, the more famous one out of all the TLC matches to a degree. It is such a good fucking matchup, though. It is fucking amazing. And I do recommend watching TLC 2 if you haven't already. So, let's see what our next matchup is. We've gone from the high of TLC 2. Let's see where that takes us. From the highs of TLC 2 to the lows of the Gimmick Battle Royal. No, this isn't a low. This is actually really fun. This would be I think this would be most people's piss break match, but this was fun. This was really fun as fuck. So we had the Bushwhackers, Duke the Dumpster Josie, Doink the Crown, Nikolai Volkov, Tugboat the Goon, Earthquake, the Gobbledygooker, fucking hell, who remembers that motherfucker, Brother Love, Michael Hayes, One Man Gang, Kamala with Harvey Whippleman and Kim Chi, who was actually in the Battle Royal as well. He wasn't just outside. Jim Cornette, Repo Man, Hillbilly Jim looked fucking jacked. Jesus fucking Christ, he was jacked. And Sergeant Slaughter, Hillbilly Jim, and the Iron Sheik. So we all know this. Iron Sheik wins the Battle Royal because he's the only one who cannot get thrown over the top rope and both feet hitting the floor because he is so old and has had many surgeries. So that's why. Again, this is a little bit of fun. It's a little bit of a joke. It's an entertaining little matchup, and I enjoyed it. I'm not gonna lie. So next up, it's obviously Undertaker versus Triple H in their first meeting at WrestleMania. Let's get to it. Also, before I forget, Jim Cornette, Mean Gene Okerlund and Bobby the Brain Heenan were on commentary for the Battle Royal, and I just love how Paul Heyman and Jim Ross just went, yeah, let these guys do it, we're having a break. But yeah, it was fucking, the commentary was amazing. So, Undertaker versus Triple H is happening, and I do like the promo package where Kane is holding a dummy that is supposed to be Stephanie McMahon, and Steph is just in the corner going, no, don't throw me off, don't throw me off, don't do it. Ah! I fucking love it, it's fucking brilliant. Obviously, it's not Stephanie, you can tell that, but again, it's still like, oh shit, Kane might actually commit murder, holy fuck. But no, it's one of them things back in the day in 2001 Do I condone it now? You can still get away with this to a point as long as you made sure that it was a dummy and it wasn't an actual human. It makes the point that Taker is basically threatening Regal, which is the main thing of, I want this match at Mania against Triple H, give me the fucking match kind of thing. I don't like, now it's like, but again, you can tell it's a dummy if you know what you're looking for, because really it's just it is obvious it's a dummy. It's obvious, but you do have first time viewers do have to pause it and actually look at it, but it is a dummy. Motorhead's entrance, yeah, again, it's fucking Motorhead, hell yeah. And then Limp Bizkit for Undertaker rolling, fucking beautiful. Two contrasting styles of music at Mania. It's fucking awesome. So let's get to it. I am the table strikes again. The Spanish announce table got so fucked over back in the early 2000s. Fucking hell, Hunter gets a punch, throws it onto the Spanish announce table, doesn't break, he bounces, and then the table breaks. It is fucking funny as shit. It is funny as fuck. I'm not gonna lie. Oh my god, it's funny as fuck. Oh my god, that's fucking, oh my god. Fuck yeah, that's Spanish announce table, you do your service. Let's get to the match. So we just had Undertaker versus Triple H in their first of 3 Mania matches, and if I'm honest, is this match good? Yes, it is good. Is it one of their better matches at Mania? No. Their end of an era Hell in a Cell match is far better than this, in my opinion. I can understand why people would like it, I really do, but me personally, I don't. It's end of an era, this match, their WrestleMania 27 match, or whenever their second match was, in that listing of which one is their best match. It's still good, but the ref was down for like 6 minutes or something like that when they were blowing in the crowd. So you have to take that with you have to take the good and the bad and all that shit. This is fun. This is entertaining. It's really, really good, but it's not their best match. Again, the end of an era match of Mania 28 is their best match in my opinion. So, what do I think of the show overall whilst the main event is getting ready, whilst we're watching the best video package WWE have ever put together with Rock, Austin 2 and My Way? This has been a really fun show. It's been entertaining. 6 out of the 11 matches on this card, 12 if you include Sunday Night Heat, which was X-Factor's X-Pac and Just Incredible taking on Steve Blackman and Grandmaster Sexay, and X-Factor win. This is really good. Again, 6 of the 11 matches on this card are title matches. That's fucking good. You know, the tag team titles, the world title, the Intercontinental title, the women's title are all on the line. This felt like a huge fucking show. It felt like a victory lap for WWF as well when they finally bought WCW. It had been something that's been hearing about, that was in the ether for a while. But for them to finally buy WCW is a big deal. So this is basically, this would be WWF's victory lap. That they're the only game in town that's at this point. Take away all the bad shit, take away all the crap that Vince has been a part of now. Again, I'm not going to comment on it until there is definitive facts and the lawsuit and the courts have heard all the evidence. This is Vince's biggest victory. He owns WCW, he owns ECW, he's the only game in town that seems to be a real threat to the wrestling industry. And he would be the only game in town until, AEW. Again, TNA to a point, but unfortunately TNA just never got that big. Unfortunately. They were the big two for a little bit, but not for a while. Probably until maybe Angle joined the company in 07, then maybe. But TNA wasn't even around at this point, or NWA TNA wasn't around at this point. So for now, Vince is the only game in town. If you want to wrestle in North America and you want your name to be known, get the fuck into the WWF. Matches on the card have been absolutely awesome. They have a reason to be on the show. They have a reason to be on the card. Every single championship so far has changed hands at WrestleMania. The Dudleys were the tag team champions. Ivory was the women's champion. Test is the European champion. Raven was the hardcore champion going into this show. Jericho, sorry. The only one that retained their belt was Jericho. My apologies. So everyone bar Jericho has lost their belts. Is The Rock going to lose his belt tonight? Well, we already know he does, but again, this is for dramatic effect. So it's now changed to a no disqualification match, and we'll get to that match, and I will talk about my opinions of the match in but a moment. Rock Austin 2 for the belt. This is where Austin would turn heel. This would be in some people's eyes, this would be the death of the Attitude Era, when Austin shook hands with the devil himself, better known as Vince. My God, this should not have fucking happened. I'm going to come out and say it. Austin should never have shook Vince his hand. Should have just done his ass in the middle of the ring and been the babyface champion, because holy shit, did they need this after this pay-per-view. Rock after Mania would go away until SummerSlam, I think. Like, his first official match was on SummerSlam because he was filming The Mummy. Mummy Returns? It's either The Mummy or The Mummy Returns. I can't remember which movie. Triple H would go after, spoiler alert, after forming the two-man power trip. He tore his quad on an episode of Raw, so he would be out for the rest of the year. You had nobody to go after the belt for. Now, granted, if you wanted to do babyface Austin versus heels, okay, that's cool, but you really should have kept Austin as a babyface. You lost a shit ton of money with Austin turning heel. A shit ton of money. And I think that's one of WWF's kind of biggest mistakes. They should have kept Austin face, have the Raw with the crowd for this night, and then turn Austin heel on Raw the night after. Is it a cop-out? Yes. But at least you still have the High of Mania, and you have every fucker talking about babyface Austin beating The Rock for the belt. Would have been huge, in my opinion. And then we have the invasion angle and just all that crap. But again, what did I think of the match itself? The match was good. It's Austin Rock. Austin Rock at their best, at their peak. So, of course this match is going to be great. What the fuck do you think? I was on here, it's shit, mate. No, it's good. It's a damn good matchup. It's entertaining. It's really well done, well thought out, a good idea on paper, and it works fucking brilliantly. It's great. They just, again, should not have turned Austin heel. So, overall, as a package, what did I think of the show? Again, 2001. Oh my God, this was the best WWF pay-per-view they've ever fucking put on. This was fucking brilliant. My God, I cannot wait for Backlash 2001. Fuck yes! 2024. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Fuck Vince for what he's done recently, but we're looking at this from 2001, which I just did. 2024. Vince and Shane was okay. It was good. The crowd really fucking helped that match. Ivory China was about 2 minutes, just under 3 minutes, and it did its job. Put over China as the babyface champion. It worked. Eddie Guerrero versus Test, fucking brilliant. And fucking alright. Sorry, not brilliant. Alright, good match. Angle versus Benoit, really good technical wrestling match, but I can't talk about it because Benoit. Rock Austin, really fucking good. Bar the fucking finish, and yeah, this was a great show. It was really good and straight to the point. So, next week, what are we doing next week? No fucking idea. We'll just see where the wind blows. We'll see where the wind takes us. So, with that, Season 3, Episode 13, it's out of sight, out of pocket, out of mind. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you next week. I will see you Sunday for Vengeance Day. And with that, TTFN. Ta-ta for now.